Hey my Cricut family, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how I made this beautiful sleep mask with personalized iron-on metallic vinyl. I'm going to show you the cut settings I use and how I choose my font and how to apply this using the Cricut mini press. So before I begin any project, I just get a ruler and I measure the dimensions that I want my text to be. You can do this whether you're doing a sleep mask, a bag, a tote bag, anything. Just get the length and the width as I'm doing here. Either write it down or make a mental recording of it in your memory. Here we go to Cricut Design Space and I just select the text that I want. I'm going to type in the name Patricia. I prefer to type in the name first and then change the font. I'm looking for quite of a dramatic font, so once you tick the font in Cricut Design Space, you can search for your favorite font, or if you don't want to do that, you can scroll through the Cricut fonts. So this is one of my favorite fonts called Annie Lou, but it's not dramatic enough. But before I change it to something else, I size it to the same size of the sleep mask that we measured before, or whatever item you're doing. Just make sure your dimensions at the top and the side are exactly as you need it. And then I'm going to go back onto font and search for a font that is a bit more dramatic. So I'm going to show you two cursive fonts that are quite dramatic. They really are bold and make a statement. So this first one, Autumn in November, you can find it on thefont.com and you can download it onto Cricut Design Space for free. And my next one that I really do like as well is Watermelon. This is also found on thefont.com website and you can download it for free. I will do another video to show how to get fonts from the font onto Cricut Design Space. It's really easy and you have a lovely choice of dramatic fonts to pick from. I decided to go with Autumn in November. I just preferred this bit better for the look that I was going for my sleep mask. I had to size it again. Just always keep an eye on the sizings, because when you change font, sometimes the sizing of the text actually changes. And I want to make other names as well. So I just type in the names, I change the size just as I've done before. And I keep on doing this until I've got all the names, all the words that I need with this font. So now that's all done, what you need to make sure is that you weld the fonts. If you were to look really close, each of these letters are separate. So what you have to do is you need to select all and press weld. What it does, it joins all of the letters together and there are no gaps in between. So your Cricut will cut it exactly as it is, as a curvative font without any gaps. Welding is crucial whenever you are using curvative fonts. If you're using single letter block fonts, you don't always have to weld, but with curvative fonts, it is a must. Once I'm happy with the dimensions, I go to make it, and then you'll be presented with this screen. Whenever you're using iron-on, you need to go right here onto mirror and turn mirror on. Any iron-on vinyl projects, heat transfer, you have to turn mirror on. I've got a Cricut Explorer Air 2, so I just set my dial to iron-on. If you have a Cricut Maker, you can use from your settings everyday iron-on, which is exactly the same as this one. Ensuring you put your paper down on the shiny side down. So here's my mat. I'm going to show you how I do that. As you can see, the shiny side, I put it down onto my mat, and the side that is not shiny will face up to me. Whenever you are using heat transfer vinyl, this is how it must be cut. Ensure your heat transfer vinyl is as flat as possible. To achieve this, I use the brayer tool. This gives me a perfect cut every time. I'm going to show you my brayer tool. I got it from Amazon. I'll link it in the description as well. It ensures a perfect cut and it makes weeding a dream. Once that's all done, it goes straight into my Cricut machine to be cut. And once it's finished cut, I weed using my weeding tools. I'm using the Nickerpa brand here. It comes in about a set of 5 or 6. I will link it in the description as well. Once you find the corner, what I usually do is I pick up the corner with my weeding tool, and then I just pull the vinyl with my hand, holding the bit down really firmly, and just pull. You see how easily that weeds? Because I use the correct cut settings, I use my brayer tool. It just makes weeding a dream. If you are following this tutorial, once you finish weeding, just make sure you go into the O's and the E's of your letter to take out that negative part that you do not need. I usually do it as I go, and I just pull it as I go, take out any negative parts as well. This is the brand that I use in Nicapa. So you can see it right here. Very sharp. I would recommend their brand. They're from Amazon. I really do like their products. As you can see, this tool has actually poked me. It is very sharp. Look at this. So when you look at it here, you can see what you need to take out in the L, the A. I'm going to just use my weeding tool and take out those pieces. Always turn your sheet back around so you can just double check if you're complete before you go on and press. Here's a little hack I got from TikTok. I use a lint roller to put on my excess pieces that I take out. So there you can see my lint roller. When I take out a piece, these tiny heat transfer vinyl pieces, I use my lint roller to either pick it up or put it on there with my weeding tool. The main reason for this is that these pieces are not very sticky, and it makes a big mess afterwards, so it just makes for easy cleanup. I'll just peel off my lint roller sheet and then on to my next project. So there we go, all weeded and complete. I love this metallic gold. It just looks so good. I'm going to link this vinyl in my description box as well if you do want to try it. Now it's time for the best bit, the heat press. Time to put this vinyl onto our sleep mask. So I'm using the Cricut mini press here. For small projects, I love it because I don't want to bring up my big heat press for something small. Because I'm using metallic heat transfer vinyl, I usually set it onto number 2. So by pressing the buttons, it will pull it onto the correct setting. It's red, but once it turns green, it means that the Cricut mini press is ready to go. It takes about a minute or 2 to heat up, no longer than that. So once the mini press has heated up, I lay my sleep mask straight where I need it. You can see it's green now, so it means it's ready to go. I've cut up my heat transfer vinyl to the size that is needed, and then you just stick it down in the required place. It's got a bit of a tack to it, so it does adhere slightly to the fabric. The plastic around it has a bit of a stickiness to it. So because this material is ever so shiny, it is quite hard to get it as flat as possible. But if you're doing it on a t-shirt, it's a lot easier, or that cotton type material. Because this is a satin feel material, it's a lot harder to get it on and make it flat. But there we go, you can see it looks amazing already. I put on my butcher paper, or it's like a heat transfer sheet. I'll put this in my description as well. I think they call it a Teflon sheet. So I noticed a few bubbles underneath, so I just wanted to ensure everything was flat as possible. And once I'm happy with it, I'm going to put my Teflon sheet on top and get ready to press. So now I'm happy with the placement. I put my Teflon sheet on top. All of this I'm going to leave in the description box, so if you do want to try it, you can order it straight from Amazon and get it delivered to you. I then place the heat press over it, the mini press. The only trick to this is that you don't really know how long to put it on because it's not a big heat press, but I kind of just press it around for about 10 seconds and then I will test it to see if it's lifting. If it's not lifting, I go back and do it for a bit longer. So with this heat transfer vinyl, I do have to let it cool a bit. So I just let it cool down and then I slowly peel the edge. I'm going to show you here how to know if it's ready or not. So just slowly go in and peel one of the edges and see whether the heat transfer vinyl has stuck. So here you can see it hasn't really stuck down to my satin mask. So what I do, I put on my Teflon paper again, and then I go in with my heat press. I go in a bit longer. If it hasn't stuck yet, it means you haven't applied enough heat. And it's very hard to judge it with the mini press, so it's more like a trial and error. So it's more slow and pressure. So you press down slowly and you add a lot of pressure and you move over every part of the heat transfer vinyl to ensure every part is heated. So I've done this for about another 10 to 15 seconds, no longer, because if you go too long, it can start to shrink and look not nice at all. So I just let it cool down by fanning it a bit, because this is a warm peel. Every heat transfer vinyl has a certain peel, and it will tell you on the packaging or on the website whether you peel it warm or you have to wait for it to fully cool down and peel it. Or some of them you can peel hot. These are the best ones because you can just peel it straight away. This is a warm peel, so I've touched it and it is slightly warm now. So I'm going to try and peel the edge. And here you can see now the heat transfer vinyl has adhered to the sleep mask. And look how nicely that comes off with that lovely metallic shine. It just adds such an elegant look to these sleep masks. So look how beautiful that looks. It's so satisfying just peeling off that heat transfer vinyl. Look at the metallic. It's so shiny. This is beautiful for Christmas. This is a beautiful gift for a girls' weekend, for anything really. If you do like this video and you like how it came out, please give me a like and a subscribe. I would really appreciate that. Any comments, if you need any help with anything, let me know. And make sure you sign up to my socials, which I'm going to put on the screen. Here you can follow for quick tutorials, not so much as in depth. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.